Hey, yo, guys, what's up? It's Kyler here. I want to do a quick analysis or thoughts of Royal Rumble coming up this Sunday in 3 days. Honestly, I think Royal Rumble this year has the potential to be really good. From top to bottom, the card is pretty stacked. From the two world title matches, excuse me, from the two world title matches to the Royal Rumble itself, this looks like it's going to be a fun pay per view, to say the least. Got Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. This may be the probably the less interesting match on the card, just for simply because we've seen Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens fight so many times on Raw at end of the line roadblock pay per view. So it's like it's really nothing special there. The only thing I think that could come out of this is Roman Reigns possibly could beat Kevin Owens for the Universal title. Reigns goes into WrestleMania as champion. Um, it was said, a few years ago, actually back right around WrestleMania 33 time, that sorry, 31, that Vince McMahon had wanted Roman Reigns to main event three WrestleManias in a row. He main evented 31 with Brock Lesnar. He main evented 32 with Triple H. I think it's safe enough to say Roman Reigns is going to main event WrestleMania a third time. Um, Once again, but this time going in as a defending champion instead of being the chaser. He's defending. Um, then we've got the cruiserweight title match: Neville versus Rich Swann. Rich Swann, I think, has been a good babyface cruiserweight champion, much more over than T.J. Perkins, and I love T.J. Perkins, I do, but Rich Swann is the right choice in terms of the babyface that is the champion for the cruiserweight division. However, you have a new, freshly turned heel Neville. Excuse me. I hope Neville comes out of this as the new cruiserweight champion. I think he really deserves it. This is a guy who, to me, was a big key major player, main eventer down in NXT, and just to see how he has just like done nothing since being on the main roster. I mean, literally nothing. Um, the heel turn is exactly what he needs. He looks like a heel. He's been aggressive. We all know he's a phenomenal athlete. This is probably the first cruiserweight match I've been interested in since they brought it to the main roster. So I think Adrian Neville needs to win the purple strap at the end of the day. Um, Next, we got Bailey and Charlotte. Don't really care for this match too much. I'm gonna go with Charlotte. I'm thinking Bailey is gonna probably be the next big baby face of the Divas division on the Raw brand. I can see them going to WrestleMania for the title, and Bailey gets it there. But going to the Rumble right now, Charlotte. Then we have the WWE Championship: John Cena versus I'm about to say Randy Orton. John Cena versus AJ Styles. Uh, this I think has the potential to be the match of the night. John Cena, AJ Styles, these guys tear the house down each and every time they get in the ring with each other. Had a hell of a kick ass match at SummerSlam. I can see this match going one of two ways. I can see John Cena getting his Sweet 16 here at the Royal Rumble, or I can see AJ Styles finding some way, maybe cheat, something, to beat John Cena, retain his title, and Elimination Chamber, the following pay per view, John Cena gets his 16 world title there, and he goes into WrestleMania as the defending champion. Whether it's at Royal Rumble or whether it's at Elimination Chamber, John Cena is getting that strap back. And honestly, I can't really complain. John Cena has been out. John Cena hasn't won a world title in at least about maybe like 2 years, I think. John Cena has been world champion, I want to say maybe since SummerSlam. Um, yeah, I think SummerSlam when he lost to Brock Lesnar in 2014. That was about 2 or 3 years ago. So it's definitely been a while since John Cena has been champion. However, and I'm not saying because it's been a while that I want to see John Cena as champion, but the fact that how AJ Styles has been so well booked, you knew it was going to happen. You knew John Cena was going to come back, get his payback on AJ Styles, get that Sweet 16 on AJ Styles. You knew it was going to happen. I don't really mind it just because I've been pleased with how WWE have booked AJ Styles in his first year coming in, and I hope that they will keep it up, in the years to come or however long he'll still be in the company. But they've booked AJ Styles pretty well. I've been pretty pleased with the WWE and how they've booked AJ Styles. Him getting over on John Cena clean, with the exception of the first time that they fought. But the last 2 or 3 times that they fought after their first encounter, clean victories, and just becoming the champion and being really the best champion on the main roster to me. With that being said, I'll be okay with AJ Styles losing the strap. Um, my only hope is that AJ Styles wins the title again sometime later in the year, that he just won't be a one and done, like champion. But anyway, so I think John Cena could possibly win at the Royal Rumble, but maybe AJ Styles can come out of the bag some way and successfully defend his title, even if it means by cheating. But like I said, whether Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber, the following pay-per-view after, John's going into WrestleMania as the WWE Champion, 16 time. Then we have the Royal Rumble match itself. This is the first Royal Rumble match, maybe in the last couple of years, where I legitimately don't know who's going to win. And by having guys like John Cena and Roman Reigns out of the Rumble match really makes it unpredictable. We knew who was going to win last year. We knew who was going to win the year before that. So this year, you really don't know. There have been talks of Braun Strowman possibly winning the Royal Rumble, but Vince may be kind of taking it back to that idea. I think there was interest in maybe Bray Wyatt winning, maybe Goldberg, despite Goldberg and Brock Lesnar more than likely having a match at WrestleMania. There's talk of maybe Brock and Goldberg main eventing WrestleMania with the strap on the line. So that will be kind of interesting. I don't know, maybe. Others are saying maybe the rumblings of an Undertaker. And Undertaker may either wrestle John Cena or Roman Reigns for the title. But that's going into WrestleMania. As for Royal Rumble itself, I honestly don't know who could win. Maybe returning Finn Balor. I don't know. It's really unpredictable. I don't know. I will say this, even though I don't know who may win the Royal Rumble, I can say that I do see a Raw superstar win the Rumble match. I do think somebody from Raw is going to win the Royal Rumble. If it's a SmackDown wrestler, I'd be surprised. But I definitely see a Raw superstar winning the Rumble and going on to WrestleMania. Because I kind of find it hard to believe if a SmackDown wrestler would win the Royal Rumble when SmackDown has an Elimination Chamber match the following month for the WWE title. So, I really don't see or know who could really on the SmackDown side. But on Raw, there's Brock, there's Goldberg, there's Braun Strowman. I would say Seth Rollins, but he got screwed this past Monday night. He lost his spot. So, there's some 3 heavy hitters there. There's Undertaker, who I guess is no longer SmackDown exclusive, but he can kind of float wherever he wants to go. So yeah, I definitely think this Royal Rumble on paper looks interesting. It looks like it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to the pay-per-view, and I'm looking forward to see how they plant the seeds to WrestleMania. Also, to another thing, maybe Samoa Joe, because there's a rumor too that Samoa Joe could end up getting called up to Royal Rumble, making his debut, and they have already possibly may have set a big match for him going into WrestleMania. What hell of a debut would it be if Joe not only debuts at the Royal Rumble, but actually wins the Royal Rumble match and goes on to WrestleMania to face the world champion. That would be a hell of a debut. That'd be a hell of a kickoff year for Joe on the main roster. Maybe even bigger than AJ Styles starting off. Um, so I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions on the Royal Rumble. Who you think is going to win the Rumble match? Who you think is going to win the WWE and Universal title matches? What are your thoughts in the box below? Comment, subscribe. Peace.